Dear students, this is Dr. Koli, and in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the engineering materials and their classification. So, the topic, which is the engineering materials and their classification, we are using this topic in the subject basic mechanical engineering, that is taught in first and second semester. Now, so what is a material? A material is the stuff to which articles of utility are made. In this materialistic world, everything which we can touch and feel or we are seeing, it is made of some material. So, a material is the stuff out of which some articles of utility are made. So we are using the pen, we are using the duster, we are using the book, copy, and different types of the article or components or the system. They are all made of some material. So when going to design, a design engineers makes a choice of material based on some properties required for the fabrication. So here a material, some articles of utility are made from this material. Okay, then there are some properties which are called as the fabrication properties, means the properties which are required and able to get shaped, joined easily with other materials. When we are going to make any component or any product, it must be able to shape. The shape should be given to it by the different processes. The process may be the fabrication process or the joining process. So material should be having such properties. It implies it may be having the casting property so that it can be cast. It is particularly useful when using the cast iron as the metal for the casting purpose. It may be forging by heating it, then by hammering it, we can give the shape. It is called the forging. Forming, the material can be used by giving a different shape by using the different machines and the different other types of article. By machining, on a machine, it can be cut, a group can be formed on it, a slot can be formed on it, a thread can be given on it. The process is called as the machining. Sintering, this process is used for the compact powder, which is used for the ceramic, and welding, brazing, and riveting. These are the process used for the joining to different materials. So these properties, which are called as the fabrication properties, are important for any material to get it shaped and joined. The properties are maybe castability and ductility, weldability, machinability, and heat treatability. The treatability property is also the one property which is required by heat treatment of the metal. So metal is first heated, then it is soaked at that temperature, certain temperature, and then it is cooled, maybe in oil, maybe in air, or maybe in water to give the different properties. So these properties are required, called as the fabrication property. Now we come to the service requirement. Because the product which is formed, it should work properly during its service condition. So the end product should be suitable for working condition in service. This is the one condition. And for that, if the product, suppose we have purchased a pen from the market, then definitely it should work properly, it should function properly. It should not break during when we are writing with it. So the material should be the strong enough, it should be tough, it should be heat resistant, corrosion resistant, fatigue resistant, and retain dimensional accuracy. It means the material which we are taking for the fabrication as well for the service purpose, it should be strong enough. If it is designed for the such particular purpose, then definitely it should work for it. It should be having the sufficient strength. It should be tough enough. If any rotating component is made, then it is subjected to the cyclic loading. Then it should be strong enough for taking such type of cyclic loading. Heat resistant. If any component which is come in coming into contact with the heat, then it should definitely resist the heat. Otherwise, it will melt under that condition. Corrosion resistant, some component of the part is working outside the environment, outside the room side, then there may be the heat, there may be the rainy season, there may be the different climate, then it should be able to resist that heat also. Corrosion resistant, it should not be easily corroded by any material. Then also it should be fatigue resistant and subjected to under the cycle loading, it should not fail. Retain dimensional accuracy. The material should be having such type property so that its dimension should not change when it is going to be worked under the different purposes. So these are the service requirement for any material. This is the second parameter. Third is the economic aspect. It means the material is easily available at low cost, because we are going to take some material but it is not easily available, then how we can use it for making any product. If the material is available, then definitely it should be available at the low cost also. Otherwise, if it is costly, we cannot use for maintaining the production continuity. So it will ensure continuity of production. It should be available in the minimum cost. Next one is the classification of materials. So the material available, they are of the different types of material, various types of material, but for the engineering purpose, we are using such type of different material. So we will take the one by one. So the engineering materials are classified as, first one is the metallic and the non-metallic. Metallic means if the materials are composed of some metallic elements, they may be the pure metallic material or they may be the alloys. So in a metallic, again there are two categories. One is called as the ferrous and that is called as the non-ferrous. In ferrous, the iron will be the main constituent. That is the iron Fe. It is the main constituent. But in case of the non-ferrous, other than iron, we use. In the ferrous materials, we use the different steel, like high carbon steel, medium carbon steel, low carbon steel, high speed steel, etc. And in this ferrous material, again there are two types. One is called as the cast iron, and second is the steel. So cast iron is of four types: gray cast iron, white cast iron, malleable cast iron, and the nodular cast iron. So these types of cast iron are having the different properties, and because of these properties, they are used for the different purposes. Now in the steel, which is most commonly used, are the mainly three types: mild carbon steel, or also called as the low carbon steel, then high carbon steel, which is having the high amount of the carbon, and the high speed steel. Particularly this high speed steel is used for making the cutting tools. So in ferrous materials, there are two divisions: cast iron and steel. Cast iron is of four types and steel is of four types. So the making the most different types of components in our house homes, we use the different cutleries, different utensils, different tools like screwdriver, hammer, saw, chisel, etc. They are all made of some different types of material. They may be the steel, etc. Then if we go for the non-ferrous material, So in the difference is that the non-ferrous material, the base element will be the other than iron. So other than iron, they are also metallic element, but it is other than the iron. This may be the aluminium, maybe the copper, lead, manganese, nickel, tin, zinc, etc. So if these are the basic elements and they are having other alloying elements too, so they may be the pure aluminum, there may be pure copper, pure lead, etc. Then they are called as the non-ferrous. And there are also maybe the non-ferrous alloys, maybe aluminum alloys, copper alloys, lead alloys, magnesium alloys, nickel alloys, etc. What is an alloy? In an alloy, there is some base element. Means if we talk about the aluminum alloy, then aluminum is the base. It is having the maximum percentage. Other alloying element be add for increasing the other properties. For example, duralumin. Duralumin is the alloy of aluminum and copper, in which the aluminum is the base element. It is having the maximum percentage, but we add some percentage of copper because duralumin is used for making the components or parts of the aircraft. So it should be lighter, but it should be strong also. Aluminum is not so much strong, but the copper is strong. But aluminum is lighter. So being light as well as strength or stronger, it is the required property for making component of the aircraft. So we use the aluminum alloys. Similarly, we also use copper and copper alloys, lead and lead alloys, magnesium, nickel, tin and zinc. These are the other materials are used for the different purposes in the engineering applications. Now then we go for the non-metallic. Non-metallic, it is also of two parts. One is called as the organic and is called as the inorganic. Organic means if the material is made of some vegetables or plants or some animals, then they are called the organic materials. And if they are made of other than vegetable or the animals, they are called as the inorganic. On the basis of this, they are divided into some categories. The organic are divided as the plastics, then the rubber, leather, paper, wood, petroleum product, etc. So plastics are the resins which are obtained from some either some animals or they may be the synthetic resins. So plastics are also obtained from the petroleum products. Rubber are obtained from the rubber trees. Rubber trees are the natural product, and they are obtained from the rubber trees by taking the latex, which is the milk type of material. Then some process is done uh, by forming the rubber. Leather is also used in the our shoes and in the shoes in sports industries for making the belt, etc. In the paper also the inorganic material which is used by using pulp of some wood material. Wood is used for the different purposes, and the petroleum product maybe it is maybe having the grease or the Vaseline or the paint, the different type of material. So these are all called as the organic materials. Then we come for the inorganic material. It is maybe ceramic, maybe cement, maybe glass, maybe graphite, or maybe mineral. So these are the category which are made of the some material which are not obtained from the animal vegetable oil. Ceramics, that is a material used for making the some pottery items in our kitchens we use for making the cups and plates. For the pickles, we use some container. Also, we use some soap pieces in the shops we have seen. The cement is most commonly used for the bonding purpose in RCCs, in our building. It is the most important material for the bonding purpose. Glass is also used for the different purposes for being the light as well as transparent material for the glass windows and the mirrors, etc. Graphite is also a material used for the different purposes, making the carbon brush and the lead pencils, and some mineral materials are also used. So in this way, in short, we can say these are the different types of materials used for the purpose in used for the different purposes for the engineering materials. So this is in brief what is a engineering material and what are its different properties required, what's fabrication, and in short, what are the classification we have discussed in this lecture. We will meet in the next lecture, and then we will discuss about the next properties. Thank you.